Activision or us and Ubisoft, but it's difficult. It's not as easy to make a direct comparison between us and say Tencent or so. How are they more a competition than
That's a good question. Depending on how you define competition.
Yeah, no. That's
if that's by the size, they're adding a EA every quarter or so to their organization. So in terms of size, they're here. If I'm only focusing on the gaming part of Tencent, they are becoming an even bigger competitor, because it's not. Before they were only playing in Asia.
Yes.
Now they are also they are invested quite heavily in Western Europe capabilities and capacity, and they have now becoming, in terms of market share within the gaming category, bigger than us.
So whereas before we would have looked at, say, Call of Duty v Battlefield or something, now it's that it may not be that a direct comparison.
You still have the comparison between a specific category or genre, like in the sports, FIFA versus PES is still existing.
Yeah.
But EA as a company is not only fighting against like FIFA versus PES, it's also fighting into a category where you have new games, new platforms, new geographies that we need to serve, or actually that are representing a big chunk of the business that are served by new competitors, if you like.
Yeah.
Or you have competitors like Activision, who have done a fairly good job over the last 5-6 years to evolve their portfolio and to become more relevant in areas where they were not even represented before, like the mobile space with the King's acquisition they've done, 2 to 3 years ago?
Yes,
And if you look at Activision portfolio now and Activision portfolio 5-6 years ago, fairly different.
Very different, yeah.
And they've made some bold decision to move on that. So I would say, to your question, I say we still have some of the traditional quote-unquote competitors, but some have evolved a lot, like Activision. And we do have new competition coming from mostly companies from Asia now investing in Western Europe market.
Yeah. Okay, no, that's clear. So another one that's quoted a lot about a definition of strategic management is it's a mix of long-term planning or deliberate strategy, and then short-term emergent opportunity or risk or something that wasn't envisaged at the point the plan was made. Would you say that EA's emphasis has changed from one to the other over time, or how has that developed?
I think that, over the last 3-4 years, so with Andrew coming in, I think we are much more forward-looking than in the past. I mean, Riccitello initiated some of the change, and then I think Andrew took it to the next level.
Yeah.
And by envisioning the network, for instance, it's definitely something that it's not for now, and he clearly stated that, right? We're not solving for now. We are trying to be prepared for what will happen in the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Because what's happening in our category, in our industry, maybe different to some other industry you were referring to in the background, is we're evolving. Our industry is evolving much faster than many of them.
Yeah.
And as Andrew used to say, or was saying, our industry will change more in the next 5 years than it has changed over the last 45 or so.
Yeah.
Meaning we need to be prepared for the future, and that's definitely the focus on the shift from 3-5 years ago to now. This forward-looking from a vision standpoint is definitely new to EA.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. And the next one's about who comes up with the ideas. So, who initiates strategy? Would you say, is it top down, bottom up, outside in? How has that evolved over time?
That's a good one. I think that's a mix of everything you've said, but at some point, the leaders, in that case Andrew, I came and framed the network vision, for instance.
Yes.
Where this is coming from, I guess this is coming from feedback coming from the East team and the organization, as well as some industry movement as well as some trends, and we can see in the marketplace. So that's a combination of what you've said.
Yeah.
But at some point, if